Last episode, Newcastle knocked us out of the Carabao Cup in the quarter-finals. However, it's better news in the Europa League as we topped our group and we climbed to 5th in the table, level on points with 4th place Chelsea. This episode, our FA Cup journey finally begins away at Millwall, but more importantly, the January transfer window is open and I plan on making at least 2 big signings this window. And as ever, if you are enjoying the series so far, please feel free to like and subscribe, and let's get into it. We're starting the episode off with some departures though, and Alejandro Garnacho is the first man to leave. He goes out on a short-term loan deal to Besiktas, and Martin Dubravka was the next one, recalled by Newcastle due to a lack of playing time apparently, and that leaves David De Gea as the only goalkeeper at the club. And with Dean Henderson out on loan at Nottingham Forest getting first-team football and improving, I'm really hesitant to bring him back in. So that means I'm probably going to look to see if I can bring in a lone goalkeeper as a reserve, at least for the next 6 months. And with Garnacho out on loan, that only really leaves me with 2 real wide players in attacking positions in Jadon Sancho and Antony. So for sure, I'll be looking to bring an additional winger into the club this transfer window. And with Marcus Rashford not really hitting the heights that would have been expected of him this season, with only 4 goals in 25 appearances, only 1 Premier League goal in 18 appearances, I will definitely be looking to bring in another striker to compete with him. And bringing in a new striker is where I'm going to start. As you can see, I have cut down my shortlist to only 5 potential strikers. Starting off with this man, Patrick Schick, 84 rated. He is 26 years of age, but overall I think his physical and technical stats are pretty decent. And the key thing for me is he's 6'3". We don't really have too much height up front, and I think he could really add something to the team. I've got Luka Jovic, who's actually the cheapest option at 19.8 mil, 25 years of age, 80 rated. The only real decent thing about him is he's got 5-star weak foot. I've got Tammy Abraham now. He is someone I'm really interested in. 6'5", 25 years of age, 83 rated. Whilst he had a bit of a difficult time at Chelsea, he is doing really well at Roma, and he does fit into the usual mould of what United look for. However, he has only recently joined Roma, so I am 50-50 as to whether or not I want to pull him out of there straight away. Next up, I've got Matis Cunha. Whilst he is one of the lower rated players on my shortlist, he's 23 years of age, can play in a variety of different positions, 4-star skill move and weak foot, and he does have pretty decent technical and physical stats as well. And finally, my initial number 1 choice was this man, Lautaro Martinez, 25 years old, 86 rated. He doesn't have the height that a lot of my other strikers do, but look at those physical, mental and technical stats as well. The problem is I only have 184 million to spend, and whilst that does seem like a lot of money, Lautaro Martinez by himself is 95.5, and I do have quite a few players that I do want to bring in this transfer window. And with that in mind, I did decide in the end, after a really tough round of negotiation, to go with this man, Patrick Schick, formerly of AC Milan, the man that was recommended to me by quite a few of you in the comments. He joins for just over 63 mil, and as you can see, he does have that something special at 6'3" and 84 rated. 4-star skill moves and pretty decent physical, mental and technical stats. The main thing for me really was his heading accuracy at 87, and at 6'3", he will really provide a great target man up front, and it's just something we don't really have in our team at the moment. And with Patrick Schick now moving straight into the starting 11, it leads me very nicely onto my wing positions. And as you can see, I've cut this shortlist down quite a lot to only 6 different potential players, starting off with this man, Rayan Cherki, 19 years of age, 75 rated, but he's got 5-star skill moves and weak foot, and potentially long-term could be a very good signing for us. Another one is Pedro Neto. He came up in the comments a couple of times, 79 rated, can play right across the front, left, right, and up front as well, and only 22 years of age. He's got plenty of room to grow and develop. Ousmane Dembele cropped up, 84 rated. He is a superstar in waiting, but he has moved to Leipzig only in the summer transfer window, so I am unsure as to whether or not I want to pull him out straight away. Rodrigo also came up in the comments. Again, slightly unsure on him purely because he plays for Real Madrid, and realistically, I don't know whether or not he would actually even want to move to Manchester United at this stage in his career. Another one I saw was Noni Madueke. English, fits into the usual Manchester United approach, 6 foot, 4-star skill moves and weak foot, unbelievable physical stats, and he could really be one for the future at 20 years of age. And the final one was Dejan Kulusevski. For some reason, he's in his Juventus kit, not quite sure why. However, the problem with him is he is on loan at Spurs at the moment, therefore I'm not going to be able to bring him in this January transfer window. And taking all that into account, that only really leaves me with Rayan Cherki, Pedro Neto and Madueke to choose from. And after what seemed like the easiest negotiation I've ever done on a FIFA game, I've decided to go with the man who offers me the most flexibility, the man who cropped up in the comments the most, and that is this man, Pedro Neto. Just over £25 million from Wolves. He fits into the usual Manchester United philosophy of poaching players from other Premier League teams. 22 years of age, 79 rated. He's got high attacking work rate, 4-star skill moves and weak foot, and he's got some pretty decent physical, mental and tactical stats as well. And whilst he most likely won't get into my starting 11 immediately, I do think he will provide the likes of Jadon Sancho and Antony with lots of competition across this career mode. Now finally, I mentioned I need to find a backup for David De Gea, and I didn't really want to bring back Dean Henderson from his Nottingham Forest loan. As you can see, I did go through the loan list to see if there was anyone else I could bring in, and there wasn't really much available. So in the end, I've actually decided to go completely left field and bring in someone who will definitely add some value to this team. A veteran, a man who's played for some of the biggest clubs in world football. It is this man, Keylor Navas, formerly of PSG, now of Manchester United. Just over 2.25 million for him. He is a great veteran, and he is rated the same as David De Gea. He's 88 rated. David De Gea is also rated 88. So I think this is going to be a very interesting signing and someone who's going to push David De Gea all the way for the remainder of this season. And so with Patrick Schick, Pedro Neto and Keylor Navas all joining the club, that still leaves me with £85 million in the budget. Now I was considering bringing in another central midfielder this transfer window. However, Christian Eriksen has gone complaining to the media saying he's unsettled because he's not getting enough game time. And as you can see, he's been knocking on my door demanding to get more game time as well. Now to be fair, Christian Eriksen hasn't actually been that good this season. He's only got 2 goals and 2 assists in 18 appearances, only 1 goal in 13 Premier League appearances. He is also 30 years of age and is on quite a high weekly salary as well. However, he does have that something special, and he's got pretty decent stats as well. 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves, and he's got pretty incredible technical stats as well. So let me know down in the comments below what you think I should do. Should I bring in another player in the club and anger Christian Eriksen even more? Or should I cash in on him in January, get him out the door and bring someone else in to replace him? For now though, as we have been knocked out of the Carabao Cup, I am going to prioritise and play this Emirates FA Cup third round tie against Millwall. And I'm also going to hand starts to my 3 new signings. Keylor Navas starts in goal, Dalot at right back, Gay and Martinez in the middle with Luke Shaw on the left, Casemiro, Jude Bellingham and Fernandes in midfield with Pedro Neto, Schick and Jadon Sancho up front. Jadon Sancho looks for Pedro Neto out wide on the right-hand side. He gets his first touch of the game and he gives the ball away straight away, but Bruno Fernandes picks it back up. Bruno Fernandes cuts in midfield, looking for Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham picks it up. I'm going to strike from distance, you know, and it's off the bar. Bruno Fernandes again in midfield. Nice footwork. Gives it to Patrick Schick. First touch. Just goes wide. Jude Bellingham into Fernandes again. So far in this opening 10-15 minutes, he has been the heartbeat of this team. Jadon Sancho, though, looking for Schick in the middle of the park, but he's not in the box. Instead, Casemiro is on the edge, and he smashes that way wide. Casemiro wins that one high. I'm going to try and play this into Patrick Schick. He takes it really nicely, and he strikes past the goalkeeper for his debut goal. His first goal for Manchester United inside 25 minutes, and he made it look easy. The first time in this career mode we've brought in a true striker, and Patrick Schick is showing the United faithful why we spent 60-odd million on him. Pedro Neto again on the right-hand side, takes that really nicely. He's got the pace to try and go past the full-back here. I'm going to try and cut back onto the left. Really nice stuff from Pedro Neto. Dinks it across, looking for Casemiro at the back post. Can't quite find him. Bruno Fernandes knocks it down to Jude Bellingham. We are searching for a second here. Casemiro switches it onto his left, switches it onto his right, goes to strike. Good block. Casemiro into Jude Bellingham. It's been all United so far in this first half, as it really should be. Pedro Neto again down this right-hand side. Looks to play a ball across to Schick. Oh, the defence all over the shop there. Almost rebounded into their own net, but fortunately enough, they're able to get it clear. Honeyman now for Millwall into the centre of the park, driving into my penalty area. No one putting a challenge in on him. In the end, Martinez just about manages to come across. Bit of a scare for us there, and we've got to be careful. We are only 1-0 up as the referee blows for half-time. Into, well, was going to give it to the midfielder, but Bruno Fernandes just snatched it off of him. Now Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham to strike with his left. Good save from the goalkeeper. It'll be Fernandes who's going to take this corner right on the edge of the 6-yard box, and it's Schick who heads it in. I wanted a big target man up front, and the 6'3" Patrick Schick powers it past the goalkeeper, gets up ahead of the defender. It's his second of the game. It's our second of the game. It's his second in a Manchester United shirt. on his debut, and it's a fantastic goal. That is exactly what I wanted in a new striker, and Patrick Schick has come in and done the business. 2-0. Martinez wins that, looks for Pedro Neto. He's going to try and feed this into Patrick Schick. He smells blood here, looking for a hat-trick, but he's got Bruno Fernandes across in the penalty area. Fernandes to make it 3. It is 3-0, and 1 hour played, and we have completely dominated this game, as we should expect to do. Bruno Fernandes will get the plaudits, but Patrick Schick, what a debut for him. 2 goals, 1 assist, laid it on a plate for Bruno Fernandes. Absolutely fantastic stuff. 3-0. Wallace looks for Honeyman in the centre of the park. It's Volsamer, I think that's how you pronounce his name, who is almost challenged by Bruno Fernandes, I think it was. But instead, they're playing the ball really nicely. It's Styles, just blocked off by Dalot. And in the end, he gave it away, and Keylor Navas is forced into his first real save of the game, and his first save in a Manchester United shirt. But he made it count. Goes off for a corner. Got a corner here that they've whipped in. It's Scott McTominay, the substitute, who heads that one away, looking for Martial. He can't get to it. Honeyman can, though, for Millwall. He lays it to Berry, who strikes. Keylor Navas with another good save. But it looks like Scott McTominay, who's only been on the field for a couple of minutes, has perhaps given away a penalty. Let's check the replay out. I mean, that is soft. If that is a penalty, that is one of the softest penalties I've ever seen. And it is a penalty. Unbelievable stuff. Keylor Navas cannot save it. Millwall get a consolation goal here. Keylor Navas is not able to keep a clean sheet on his debut. I mean, so unfortunate. It's so soft. No blame can go to Scott McTominay, all on the referee. But it's 3-1. Bruno Fernandes with the corner. Whips in a good corner, looking for Martinez. Great save from the goalkeeper. It'll be Bruno Fernandes from the other side this time. Looks for Patrick Schick once again. And this time he just heads it over the bar. Martial picks this one up. I'm going to try and float a ball right the way over to Rashford on the right-hand side. It's a great ball. And Marcus Rashford has just about been able to pick this one up. Gives it to Christian Eriksen. He's trying to bundle his way through. Patrick Schick is there, as is Bruno Fernandes. It's all over the shop. Millwall just get it clear. Scott McTominay will pick this one up. He will strike, rebounds off the defender. All over the place for Millwall. Malacia picks it up on the left-hand side. Whips the ball in, looking for Christian Eriksen. He can't find him. Scott McTominay down to Bruno Fernandes again. Back to McTominay. McTominay strikes. It's again off a Millwall defender. Unbelievable stuff here. Fleming has it. We are way over the allotted time as Millwall now try and break with a counter-attack. Honeyman into the box, cuts back, looks for the striker. What a save from Keylor Navas. What on earth is the referee doing? It's a corner. We are way over the added time. Keylor Navas just scoops that one up, and finally, the referee blows the whistle. Finishes here 3-1. Pretty comprehensive victory in the end. And what a debut for this man, Patrick Schick. 2 goals, 1 assist in his first Manchester United game. Yes, it was against Millwall in the 3rd round of the FA Cup, but you can only beat what's in front of you. And what a start to his Manchester United career. For now, though, we've got some back-to-back games to get through in the league, starting off with a 2-0 home win against Crystal Palace, courtesy of goals from Christian Eriksen and Martial. And Patrick Schick, in his Premier League debut, has knocked 2 goals past Liverpool as we secure a 3-1 away win. A Bruno Fernandes goal sandwiched in between, as well as another Bruno Fernandes missed penalty. I'm probably going to have to start sticking someone else on these. And Pedro Neto gets his first goal for the club in the FA Cup 4th round. Unfortunately, it's not enough though. We succumb to a 2-2 draw, and it means we'll have to play a replay at Old Trafford. We're going to move on to the final game of this episode though, and as you can see, we are back at Old Trafford for what is going to be a very tricky tie against West Ham. And we're sticking with the 4-3-3, Dalot, Varane, Martinez and Shaw start in defence, Jude Bellingham, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes in midfield, Anthony, Jadon Sancho and Patrick Schick starts up front. Casemiro into Jude Bellingham. I'm just going to try and dink a ball right over the top to Patrick Schick, and he gets there ahead of the defender, and he strikes, and the goalkeeper has to tip it over the bar. Bruno Fernandes will take the resulting corner, looks for the head of Casemiro. What a head! What a save! Luke Shaw on the left-hand side finds Bruno Fernandes. I'm just trying to find and wait for the right moment to try and get the ball to Patrick Schick, and there we go. Lovely turn, lovely strike, just wide of the target. Bruno Fernandes gives it to Casemiro. Casemiro looks for Patrick Schick. Lovely ball. Patrick Schick takes it really nicely. Plays it into the path of Jude Bellingham, who strikes with his left. Creswell for West Ham. Into Benrahma. Benrahma in an advanced position. Lays it off to Cornet. And David De Gea is forced into a really big save. James Ward-Prowse with West Ham's first corner of the game. He knocks it in. It's off the line, and De Gea just scrambles that one into his arms. Real threatening chance there for West Ham. Luke Shaw Plays a wonderful ball down the line into the path of Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho surely going to look for Schick in the middle of the box. That is a horrendous ball. Bruno Fernandes into Casemiro. Casemiro finds Jude Bellingham. Lovely turn. Tried to get away from Declan Rice. Can't quite do it though. He's looking for options ahead of him. I'm going to try and find Bruno Fernandes. I do find Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes going to look out wide to Luke Shaw. He's going to whip a ball across looking for Casemiro. Fantastic build-up, and it's an even better goal. Casemiro with the head. That may well be his first goal for the club this season. And what a time to score. Jude Bellingham looks for Patrick Schick. Patrick Schick's going to try and go out wide to Sancho. Sancho's going to whip a first-time ball back into the box. Was looking for Jude Bellingham. The goalkeeper got there first, though. Hector to escape with the ball for West Ham. Almost taken out by Dalot there. The referee waves play on. James Ward-Prowse, who now plies his trade with West Ham, bursts past Varane, I think it was, or Casemiro. Scamacca now drives into the area, tries to shift it onto his right, plays it all the way out wide to Jared Bowen, and now Benrahma crowded out by Raphael Varane. And can we just get this ball away? Yes, we can. We hack it clear. Benrahma lays a wonderful ball into Jared Bowen. Where on earth is Luke Shaw? Jared Bowen, what a save from David De Gea. Declan Rice for West Ham. Oh, that's a wonderful ball into Benrahma. Split my defence wide open. West Ham really putting the pressure on early doors here in the second half. Dalot on the right-hand side. Looks for Anthony up ahead of him. Anthony's going to go infield for Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham, I'm going to try and play a ball right the way across to Luke Shaw. That is a brilliant ball. Can I try and find Schick in the box? No, I can't. It's headed away. It's Patrick Schick again now up front. Going to try and lay a ball into Rashford. He managed to stay onside. No, he hasn't, but he's blazed it over the bar anyway. Scamacca for West Ham trying to drive past my defence. He does just do that. Oh my word, it's absolutely sensational. What on earth was my defence doing? Nowhere to be seen. And Scamacca, with the most incredible goal I think I've ever seen an opposition score, just drove through my midfield, out-muscled Luke Shaw, and look at that. That is absolutely sensational. An outside of the foot shot, just curved it round De Gea, gave him no chance. Where on earth was my defence? Oh, West Ham have got it again, and Scamacca now into corner, gets it back, strikes it again, and De Gea forced into another save. With just under 10 minutes left, West Ham look like the ones who are going to score here. Paqueta now for West Ham. West Ham really looking likely to score. Where on earth is my defence? Unfortunately enough, that is it. The referee blows the whistle. And I've got to be honest, it's a really disappointing result. First half, we absolutely dominated West Ham. We looked like the team that were more likely to score, but we couldn't get the job done. And in the end, West Ham come back in the last few minutes of the game, get an equaliser, and it finishes here at Old Trafford 1-1. And that is where we are going to end the episode. A draw against Fulham in the FA Cup means we've got a replay to kick off next episode. The draw against West Ham only good enough to keep us in 5th in the Premier League. However, the big question now is, with only a couple of days left in the January transfer window, what do I do with this man, Christian Eriksen? Do I keep him at the club, or do I cash in and sell him on and bring in someone else? Let me know down in the comments below what you think, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching.